Welcome back, everybody, to Pixel Perfect Marathon 1. We have a very special Sonic run coming up for you next. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you Huds601 and his commentator Argic, and he will be running Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit. Take it away!
Thank you very much, Nick. Yes, welcome everyone. My name is Huds601, and as Nick says, I'm going to be running Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit. This is a Sonic fan game. It's one of the few things that it's one of the categories that I tend to run. I tend to do the fan games, and this reimagines the 8-bit Game Gear Sonic Triple Trouble as a 16-bit classic, I suppose. We'll get all into that during the run, but joining me on commentary, it is of course the one, the only Argic. Hello, buddy.
Hello!
So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. This run is very glitch heavy. Thankfully, it's mostly safe as far as the glitches are concerned. One thing to keep an eye out on, though, this game does have a habit of crashing. That's pretty much the only RNG we're going to get in this run. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen today. Now I've said it, I'm probably in a lot of trouble. But we're going to get this thing going and underway. If you are ready, Argic?
I'm ready when you are, buddy.
Fantastic. Let's get this thing going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo! All right. So you ever seen a game that has an intro stage? This game's got an intro stage. Lovely little stage here that will explain the mechanics for you as you go along. A little tutorial stage. You can see Sonic has the drop dash. So Hud, you were saying it's a 16-bit reimagining of a classic, but the drop dash was never there. Yes. You can also swap to Tails at will. So it's like, it's got that little element of Sonic Heroes in there too, you know, which is always fun. But here is our first boss of the run here. But we have the power of the Chaos Emerald. So getting 2 quick hits before we transform, and then transform into Super Sonic. Get the rest of the hits as we go our way through here. But it is a classic Sonic game, so we do have the typical movement here. You have your spin dashes, perfect spin dashes, 6 taps, all very good. You have Tails' flight ability. Sonic can be carried by Tails. You'll see that through the run here, as well as losing the Chaos Emeralds, because of course the game ain't going to let you keep them from the very beginning. That is it.
This game was designed by Noah N. Copeland. He has created this. Took 5 years to develop this game before it came out last year. And oh boy, is it a brilliant game. Really nice transitions between all the zones you're going to see. And that's one of the best things about this. Every zone transitions to the next, and we are going to exploit that for a lot of these glitches. We're starting off here now. Our first proper level, Great Turquoise 1. Argic.
Oh yes, alright, great. Turquoise 1 here. You are going to see Hud spin dashing and going specific routes through the stages here. Hitting the spring backwards there. There's a few of them on this particular stage, but we are going to nice switch to Tails. Using the iframe respawn there to great effect, going right through that enemy as well. But we can see going around the loop-de-loops, getting the big old flips and the spins up and down. Sonic will come back, or sorry, the partner character will come back and be Sonic or Tails once they have fallen off screen for a prolonged period of time. They'll just teleport right beside you. You can press the partner swap button to bring them back at any point, and we will be using that in Act 2 on this one. But we know where it is. We're going to go up to the springs around the side here. We're going to jump into the second part of the level, through this wall, and then off to the boss. It's very, very nice, very quick, very fast, and very, very fun. So a couple of quick hits here. 1, 2, 3 on that one. We're going to get it rolling at the bottom here. 1, 2, 3, and that is a beautifully quick boss fight. Flying up to the top there, just to hit the signpost as quickly as you can. And away you go into Act 2. That was tight, that was a fight, and that was fun. So we're going to run our way right now into Great Turquoise Act 2. We're now down further into the lovely little jungle beach area here. There is the monkey throwing the snowballs as we get to go through now, dodging the enemy under that section, getting the flight over on the area with Tails here. I want to go on the under route here. Keep the spin dash going. Round and through. The main thing we're going to be doing on this particular stage is playing as Tails, mainly because we have the flight as the backup, and we will be using Tails' flight at a particular section here just to skip some platforming. And then we will be seeing a cool little glitch towards the end of the stage there. That's the middle section complete. No big ring going through this time. We're going to go, nope, spin dash first and then through. The other cool thing about this game that is really nice, accidental flights are not as punishing as they used to be, as if you press the down button and the flight button, you will immediately drop, which allows you to have a little bit more control over Tails here. But we are going to switch over to Sonic at this point. We're going to switch after we get up to the very top here. Nice big ramp jump there. We're going to now do a little glitch. We are going to make it where we fall down, we drop dash from the left wall to the right, have Tails to spawn in. This allows us to skip into the end of level transition. It's kind of like like a little wrap there, teleports Sonic past the boss fight, and immediately in a Sunset Park. So now we're on the little cart here. Want to avoid that golden shield. The golden shield is what can cause the game to crash a lot. Again, Hud's mentioned this game does have a little bit of a habit of crashing sometimes. That is entirely because we are playing on a very early version of the game here. The reason for that is because some of the glitches that we have discovered have been fixed. So we play on the older version just to take advantage of that, but it does mean we are running the risk of the crashes there, but we can mitigate them as much as we can. Lovely jump over to the side there. We're going to take it back, going down to the bottom side there, and then run our way through. We're going to be very careful on these areas because we want to jump at certain points. Going to switch to tails just so we have the little backup as we fly up onto the pulleys, and allows us to run our way through, not getting hit by any of these enemies as are just completely commentators' curses right there. Down on the bottom right now, going to stop around the loop-de-loop to grab the little pulley up and in as we're going to head towards the boss of this stage. Nice dodge with there, but Tails' propeller protecting him as we head into the Knuckles boss fight. Very smooth stage. Okay, so Hud's going to try a nice trick here. We're going to get behind the Knuckles and try and get the drop dashes immediately. Didn't get it there, instead got caught and got hit. We do actually want to make sure we grab the rings, making sure we get these jumps over. He's going to fly away over there now, so we're just going to get the fly with Tails after he falls down. Didn't quite get any extra hits, but hopefully we can grab it now. Nice, get it again. Nice, get it one more time. Nice, and that is the fight complete after Tails.
I miscounted.
You did miscount, and now you're dead.
I know.
Oh no!
What was that boss fight? Good lord! I want to.
Oh, nice. Yep, fantastic. Good job. Right, we're going to make sure we don't die again, as we do have the stereotypical life system in the game here. That's never happened before.
I was going to say, I hate to say it, but that's genuinely never happened before.
Yeah, I think it's because you didn't get a hit when he flew up. Like, it didn't actually give you the hit there, so you counted it, but it didn't actually count. That's all right. Just means we get to see the stage again here. Gonna bounce our way around onto the bottom route here because Hud likes bottom route, Arg likes top route. We'll never agree on it. So up we go, going up, going through, going in. Hud's is right, by the way. Arg's just stubborn. Oh, and that was unlucky that time, not getting the full protection. I think it's because landed just as that last one went in there. So up
Sunset Part 1 is trolling me hard.
It definitely did.
There we go.
All right, let's try this again. So we want to drop dash behind Knuckles here just as he charges. There's the double hit. That's nice.
He's in the wrong position again.
He is in the wrong position for you to get it. Trying to get the hit there. Need to grab that ring, opting not to. Ooh, got it on the return.
There we go.
There. Better fight. Well played. Good recover.
I don't think I've ever had a Sunset Part 1 go quite as bad as that one, so that's a shame, but it's not a problem. We're through it. We continue on nevertheless.
Takes the pressure off a little bit. Lovely level transition into Sunset Part 2. Easy flight this time.
What's going on?
And there we have a game over on the screen there. Thankfully we have the continues. That's what you did, mate.
I don't know. This is worse than when we did 2-player 1 controller.
I know, it's actually quite surprising. It's also really funny. I think it's quite nice. You did win the classic marathon luck indeed. As we not to worry, we have our lives back. We got the continue. We get to go on through the rest of the stage now. So fly around up and then onto the platform and away we go. Hud's like a champ, knows exactly how to back up though, so we're good to go. And there is the save files, so you don't actually have to worry too much about it. Can you game over permanently? I don't think Noah lets you. I think you have unlimited continues.
You get unlimited continues in this game,
Yeah, and the continues literally, if I remember correctly, I think the continues do actually allow you to continue from the last checkpoint that you hit as well. So the game doesn't actually punish you for dying, which is nice.
There you go. Sunset Part 2 going a lot better this time.
Yeah, you just got unlucky with that jump. Like, to get a jump as precise as that to land right on the spikes, that's just unlucky. It's also skill, but it's just unlucky. Speaking of precise
I'll take the skill. I'll take the skill option.
Yeah, take the skill. Precise jumps required over these segments here, using the drop dash, making sure you get on the pulleys, jumping down to go to the left, taking it back to the right hand side, and away we go. We'll see if Hud's is going to be on a good cycle for the lava section coming up. We've got a lovely little lava section that's a bit of a pain in the rear, but we'll see what happens here. So we got the fireballs coming out, but we also have lava dropping down the other side. So there's the set coming through. Looking all right in the moment. That's actually nice, squeaking through there. Let's see what the last section's going to be. Oh, that's going to change it a little bit.
All right.
We're going to spin dash. Not bad, actually.
So it's usually Sunset Park 2 that trolls me pretty hard and causes me problems, but a 154 I will take any day in Sunset Park 2. But yeah, God. What a shaky start in Sunset Part 1. It's always these levels that get me. But yeah, we can see the transition now into Sunset Part 3, the train moving on, and this opens up a bit of an auto-scroller level, but it's going to have another lovely boss skip in this one.
See, HUD's just showing off here. I didn't know you could just run right on the side of the screen here and the mines would miss. Got to be careful though, you don't want to fall down in the holes because that will just send you back to the beginning. It is kind of a little auto-scroller, at least at the start of it here. There are other areas that do allow us to do a little bit more, which is really nice. Like, Noah has taken these stages and has enhanced them massively. So now we get to just run across the train here, or in this case, fly over it. And we've got some level transitions that you'll see that are quite nice and quite cool. But unfortunately, the pistons here just being a little bit of a pain with their flame, so can't maintain a lot of speed at the moment. Poor Sonic's just having a hard time trying to catch up with Tails there. Alright, first transition. Reason we actually do not want to pass by this is because if you pass the point of that starting with Tails' flight, the game just breaks. You get soft locked, you can't move, you can't advance, and then you get yourself stuck. Alright, we're going to go into area 2 now. Going to fly over the enemies here. They are good chickens right out of flying battery there. Staying along the middle section here, these little... I don't even know what they are, but it's like you want to stay around them, and then you want to fall down coming into the cave section. Jump up, get a flight, round we go, do the spin dash, and maintain the speed all the way over. Should be able to run ahead here, get the jump up, make sure you get over there, fly to our safety, down and run the other segment. Looking smooth, not getting hit by the cork, and unlucky landing.
Just a little bit too early on that one, that's okay.
Alright, now we got the giant firewall coming up. Fang doing everything he possibly can to stop you here. He's got no affiliation with Eggman at all right now. He's just having his own little fun with us. But we're going to set up for the boss skip. Once we get past the firewall section here, you're meant to fight the front of the train, but we're not going to do that. We're going to fly with Tails right over and above, making sure we don't activate the camera lock. And Sonic's having a bit of a moment there. And over and up.
Got a mind of his own. So this is really easy boss skip. All we do is fly, basically. Just fly and hold right. And then we should land, pretty much, if I've got this right, straight on the signpost. That's the end of the level.
Nailed it.
Beautiful.
All right, and there we go. Boss has been skipped. Away we go to the next stage, Mecta Jungle Era. As we do love the Jungle Era stage here. Beautiful wee stage. Shezzy Babe now hates me. As we run away, there's not quite getting the angle there on that one, but that's all right. We're going to go up and through and in and round. The main thing we're going to do on this particular stage is we're taking a route that's going to give us a bubble shield. And then we're going to go up to the very top there. That is a very nice spin dash, that is. Here's our bubble shield. We are now going to permanently stay as Tails. We will never switch to Sonic. And the reason for that is because in Act 2, we can do a cool little zip with the bubble shield here, but we require Sonic to have it as we need to use the bubble bounce to activate it. Tails, of course, unable to do the bubble bounce because Tails can fly. But the cool thing about this game is it doesn't matter how much damage your partner's character takes, they will never lose any of the shields because as far as the game is concerned, it wasn't you. So it doesn't punish you, which is nice. So HUD's making a really nice speed through this level right now. No any issues coming through. We'll see if the boss is just as smooth. As once again, we're going to have Fang doing the whole fly across the top there. Nice enemy bounce. Get to run our way through, spin on the right there to get the spring up to the left, and then away we go. Down, round and through. And up to the boss fight now. So we're going to fly up the top. We're going to get some couple of hits there. We're going to wait for the boss to come in, line up, stop our flight, and then get a couple of bounces there. Very nice position. Get in the hole, Fang. Get in the hole. Beautiful.
I have never had Fang actually land so far on the left that I can't stand next to him. This run is cursed.
This run is great. All right, into the next Jungle Era. Actor, what do you mean it's cursed? Like what?
The game is doing things it doesn't normally do.
You are in control of this game. Nah, you're not. You're really not.
Hey, you've played this as much as me. You know full well that no one's in control of this game. At least not on this version.
Very much. But it's brilliant though. Like, I love it. I genuinely love it when fan games are as good as this and they get completed. Like, this is a full game as well. It's so good. All right, up and...
It's honestly one of the most fun fan games I think I've ever played. It's well balanced, really well designed, nice levels, just everything about it is glorious. And the nice thing is, in the latest version, pretty much all the bugs are fixed as well.
Yeah.
So the version that all of you out there would download is very reliable and good.
All right, we're coming up to the area here. We're going to go into the cannon air launchers through the wall. This is where we're going to have some fun, because what we're going to be doing very soon is switching over to Sonic, because we're going to be using the bubble bounce. To grab this game, type Sonic 16-bit Triple Trouble into Google and go to the Game Jolt page, and you will be able to find a download for the game, and it's free. So we're going to go in down this area, so make sure we get here. Do the bubble bounce, hold the left as you do it. Typical Sonic zip there. When you're in the wall, you're not supposed to be in. Pressing left moves you right, moving right, pressing right moves you left. And now we're going to do a little boss skip as well. Fly up to the very tippy top of the corner there, fly over, making sure you never activate the boss fight. And that is it. Boss has been skipped. Part of the level has been skipped as well. Allows us to go through. We're going to do one more of the little bubble zips here. Tails getting hit there, but that's all right. So we switch over to Sonic just below here. Up we go in the thing there. Bounce, hold the slam button, make sure you press left. It sends you right to the wall. Switching back to Tails, and away you go. And boom.
Beautiful.
And now we get another level transition coming up here. This one is brand new, as the level is also brand new to the game. Noah having a little bit of fun here, going, I'm going to make my own levels to add to some Triple Trouble. And what a level it is.
We're going to have some way to get to the winter. So yeah, this is going to be Egg Zeppelin. And dare I say it, this is one of the key areas where the game could crash. So I'm really hoping it doesn't.
Well, make sure you lose the bubble shield then. That's easier said than done when you're trying to go fast, actually. It's unfortunately, as we said, even characters dying like that doesn't count as losing the shield. It's amazing. Right, here we go, inside the Zeppelin here. The lasers will not take it. You want to lose the bubble shield on these set of spikes or something. HUD's just say, no, I'm going fast instead. Lose it. Nope, don't slam.
Nope.
I thought you told me slamming on that runs the risk of the game crashing.
It's like 1% chance, Arg.
Listen, I'm not talking to you about 1%. I've seen your 1%.
The problem is, so if you lose it on the spikes there, it is safer in terms of this version. This is the launch version of the game, by the way, 1.0.2. It is safer in terms of the game crashing, but it does lose some time. It loses a couple of seconds. So we tend to take the risk now and lose it here on the auto-scroller instead.
It's a fun wee auto-scroller. We get to play with the rocket shoes power-up that you don't really see outside of the 8-bit games. Maybe one day they'll be brought back, but we get to have fun with these on the little auto-scroller section, run the outside of the Zeppelin. You gotta wonder why Eggman had them just lying in the box when it was going to reject us out the ship, you know? Like, that could have been it. He could have had us, but no. Alright, drop dash and spin dash and then some platforming new, as we're going to hopefully not get hit by anything through here, so gets the jump running through. Switch to Tails immediately once you hit the wall. Doing a speedy fly here. Now, what HUDs is doing is, HUDs is flying up with Sonic there, being attached to Tails, then switching from Sonic into Tails, because to activate this in single player, you need to be as Sonic, or you want to start as Sonic, switch to Tails, and then mash the jump button. And the reason for that is because the game detects those inputs and just makes Tails fly up ridiculously fast. You'll be seeing that specifically towards the end of the game for a major skip. Speaking of skips, here's another one. We're going to go and skip the rest of Egg Zeppelin here. We are going to switch to Sonic, hold down and right, and then jump rhythmically. And then once we get over to the snow, immediate drop, go at the level. Once it activates, hit the restart, and boom! Straight into Robotnik Winter. So that skips the engine fight on the Zeppelin. The Zeppelin itself does not have a boss fight per se, but it does have an escape sequence that we've just successfully skipped. And now we come in to the Robotnik Winter. So we're going to see HUDs do some nice jump to get through the wall there. Not having to do the drop dash back up. We're going to go and grab the fire shield in here. Elemental shield, fire shield, as always, allows you to do some cool things. That was a drop dash and you shouldn't have had one. That was interesting. As we're going to do on the snowball into the area here. Down through and up on this area. We'll see how long HUDs keeps it. Not long at all. There we go. We always just do damage boost here. That's a single damage boost. That is nice. That is
That's
good
never
skill right
happened
there.
before.
See, that's a good.
I've never
That's never
managed that in
happened
one.
before.
I've never done that in one.
In one.
What even is this run?
It's a good one. All right, here we go. Going to make our way through. Going to jump off this section. Going to do the slide down the area here. We're going to then get a jump over here onto the snowball. Very nice. As we're going to head towards the end of the stage. But we're going to have here with this. We're going to about turn on ourselves once again because that's what this game wants you to do. Gets you confused about which areas you need to actually end up in. And we're going to have some fun with the boss fight. Nice early drop dash there. Gets through, gets down, gets round. And then up this side here, we're going to go to the left instead of the right. The game does kind of tell you with the signpost once you go too far to the right-hand side. Nice respawn invincibility there, I guess. And hopefully not getting the crash here. Nope, no crash. Very nice. Into the boss fight. It's a boy Knuckles. He's back again. Oh, no. And he's going to be diving down into the ground. He's going to then stop and try and dig. We're going to lure him over to the side. And then eventually he's going to have enough of our shenanigans and he's going to start throwing boulders at us.
Oh, shall I do it your way? I'll do it your way.
You do what you want, mate. You can move away from the boulder or you can just jump. Because if you just jump, the boulder doesn't hit you. I love it. If you just jump, the boulders are like not registered. It's like, sweet. I do love how this.
Yeah, normally I just do this. I just spin one way, spin the other way. There you go.
Just showing you how far Knuckles can chuck rocks.
But how far would a Knuckles chuck rock if a Knuckles could chuck rock? Wait, that one doesn't work that way around, does it?
No.
No, that's a shame.
I do like the fact that this is a boss fight that has the foreground layer and the background layer involved in it. Normally, you don't get boss fights that do things in the background. And there we go. Good fight. Nicely done. All right, so now we're going to load up Mickey Mania here. I mean, we're going to go into Robotnik Winter Act 2. We're going to go into a cool level. Right, come on, Huds. Have you learned it? Can you do it without doing left and right?
Oh, I'm not taking that risk. I'm not taking that risk. Okay, go on then.
All right, he's going for it. Right, you can do this section without without pressing any of the direction buttons. You just need to jump, and then there's one set of firewall that will burn you, but then you get rings after it, so it's fine. But you've got to make sure you don't take the damage. You can also try and jump over the fire. So we'll see if you get it. But yeah, this is a cool little segment here. It is Mickey Mania style. I believe it's Mickey Mania. Look at
you can jump over it.
Oh, how'd you owe me? Because I was right. You can't jump back.
I do owe you. I get hit by.
You get hit by there. You met. Yeah, there you go. Oh, look who was right, Hud. And you called me out on 2-player 1 controller.
I did.
Who was right here? Oh, yeah! Redemption! I did not expect to get redemption on this, but proving live on air that you can do this segment without moving left or right. There you go.
I'm never going to live that down.
Not at all. All right, Huz is taking deliberate damage here to keep Sonic on the snowboard, but getting Tails off the snowboard because we want to run our way through here. And then Sonic's just going to do some trick jumps here. Want to try and stay on the top route as we want to move it over. Nice big run up there. That's good. It's very rare that you can make it up there, but Hud's showing how it's done. And now we're going to set up for a cool little skip here. We're going to grab another fire shield, and then we are going to do some wall clipping. This game does not like it when you're in walls. If you're in a wall, the game will move you up until you are finally out of the wall. If moving you up results in death, so be it. The game don't care. So we're going to run our way over. We're going to fly up here with Tails' super fly. Going to head over onto the spring. And then this is going to take us up to the top section where a set of spinning platforms are. We're going to position ourselves directly on the edge, which is then going to push us into the wall. And whoop, up we go. That skips a large chunk of the level there. We're now going to move around onto the top side here. We'll see if we can stay up the top. We do have the shield, which is nice. So spin dash round and through. And big old jump down.
Oh, too early.
Oh, a little early on that one. You can fire dash your way through that platform, saving you from getting pushed back up, but it is hard to try and get out there. So the speedy buttons, straight up with those flights there. The quick flight's coming out nicely. Gets the jump, flying right up this section as well. Losing the fire shield doesn't particularly matter. We don't need it at this point. It's a would be nice, but not mandatory. And down we go through and then to the boss fight. Now, we have to be very careful on the boss fight here. We do want to kill the boss normally. We're ideally going to just have Tails get stuck between the right-hand side of the screen and the boss, get a number of cool bounces. But what we want to do is when the boss is dead, we want to do a fly over where the capsule area is, head to the level transition, because this is going to get the game very confused, and we are going to take full advantage of it. So let's see how this works out. Oh, that was interesting there, game. Thank you very much. As we jump through, up and in, get the hits there. That is very smooth, looking good. And now we're going to begin the flight. So we're going to start flying here. But again, we want to fly over the capsule. We want to make sure we don't hit the camera lock. We're then going to land on the elevator. At this point, we are moving down into Title Plan. Because we are doing it in an incorrect way, the game is going to teleport us to a random out-of-bounds location. Thanks to some trial and error, however, we have discovered the hydrophonic skip. Or the hydrophonic skip, I don't know. Hudz is going to get teleported immediately, going to move to the left-hand side of the screen here, then jump as soon as he is able. We are then going to land into an area here once the screen unlocks, and then we're going to be in a cool little area. So we're going to land, we're going to spin dash until we hit a wall. We are then going to jump, we're going to land on the ground, spin dash again to the left, and then we're going to spin dash right to the right-hand side. We're now just going to wait until the drowning has happened. Listen very carefully after Tails has died. You might hear something important. And that hits the checkpoint right at the boss fight. So we have just skipped the entirety of the level here because the game allows you to still interact with objects when you are dead. And it just so happens that as you are ascending or descending, I don't know if it's up or down, you hit the checkpoint and it takes you right to the end of the stage. It was discovered by complete accident. I was messing around with it and it happened. A couple of hours later, the community all got together, we all got together, and Hudz came up with the strat that makes that 100% consistent. All you do is you stand in that exact spot, which is right next to a wall, and you can do it too.
I need to point out, by the way, that if any of you out there hasn't seen the initial discovery of that by Arg, because it was Arg that discovered that, it is one of the greatest reactions of all time. Genuinely one of the greatest.
I popped off. I found a skip. I found a significant skip. It's great.
Because I gotta be honest, like, the level design is wonderful, but from a speedrunner perspective, Tidal Plant 1 to speedrun it glitchless is a pain. The fact we can skip right to the boss with a really cool looking skip, by the way, is amazing. But oh, you really went for it when you found that.
I just couldn't believe that we found an area that was out of bounds and that there was nothing there. And I'm like, surely someone has explored the area. Surely there's something in here. And I spent, like, it was a good, like, hour and a half, 2 hours just messing about in there. And then I got to the very left-hand side of the area, found an item box, and I'm like, where is that in the level? I don't know where that is. Obviously, the drowning timer went off. I was just moving about randomly at that point, trying to guess where we were. And we hit the checkpoint, and it just snowballed from there.
Oh, it's one of those beautiful moments in speedrunning where it's like you're so glad to have been there to experience that live, like, and that's one of the things I love so much about speedrunning. So much of this stuff, like, I mean, it was pure accident that you found it. It was intentional that you were trying to find it, but not necessarily that.
No, like the trick, yeah, exactly. The trick we're looking for. I was just looking for something, and that is what we happened to find. So I went in there just looking for a way. It's like, yo, there's a whole bunch of walls here. Is there like a tunnel through one of them? I don't know. Turns out, yes, there was, just not in the way you expected.
Shout out to the big old worm.
Big old worm. And there we go. That is the Sea Fox stage there. We didn't actually explain the Sea Fox at all. The Sea Fox is, of course, a shout out to Tails' adventure there. Amazing little homage and love it to bits. It wasn't Knuckles all along, by the way. It was, in fact, Metal Sonic being a right old troll. But he's away in his rocket now going up to outer space. So we're going to use our rocket shoes and we are going to follow him and we're going to do a quick little boss fight. Hudz did a restart there just to get rid of the gold shields because the gold shields are pain. And we don't want to crash the video game. So we'll see if Hudz can get a quick boss fight here. Trying to get the 2 cycle, if it is possible. Takes the damage, doesn't quite get the hit, but gets the safety ring. That's all right. Let's get some more dashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Hey.
and nicely done. Still recovered the 2.
So yeah, that's really tricky to do in a single cycle. If you don't get it, it loses 9 seconds. Normally, you can get 1, maybe 2 hits at the beginning. If you don't get them like I did, getting that like in one cycle, all 6 hits is very, very difficult and incredibly dangerous. But hey, you got to go for it, you know?
Indeed. All right, Atomic Destroyer. We are coming up to the last 3 stages in the game here. First stage here has a cool little shortcut that we're going to take. We are going to zip through the wall once again, using the platform to our advantage. Trying to get the quick cycle there, didn't quite make it, but that's all right. Line ourselves up, and then Huds is going to go without pausing and zipping into the little tube there, and away we go. That is beautiful. Nice redemption considering you didn't get it last time.
Told you I could do it pauseless.
Up there. Yes, you can. Up and run through the tubes. Now, this makes it an honorary 8-bit game because there are the tubes. That was a dodgy laser. Thank you very much. Was totally not ready to be fired there. So we're going to make sure we don't get crushed by that door, because you can hit that button to open up the door and then get crushed by it, which is a bit of a pain. Flying on the outer space section, completely negating it because we don't want to use any of that. Those blue platforms do look like they're bouncy, believe it or not, they ain't. So go into a little cutscene here, and Huds is going to line up for the Metal Sonic boss fight skip. So in this game, Sonic does also have the peel out, as you can see. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the area, we're going to take out the enemies here, and then instead of spin dashing, we're going to peel out right towards the right hand side of the screen, and we're going to land right next to the rocket shoes. We are then going to charge a 6-tap spin dash, release it, and get a perfect spin dash, staying at the bottom of the screen here. This has now moved us farther right than the game expects us to. Means Metal Sonic is going to take a while to actually catch us, and when he does finally catch us, he knocks us right to the end of the signpost instead of into the boss arena. We then stand to the left-hand side of the signpost here. We make sure we take damage. We immediately jump down and get the skip straight into Atomic Destroyer 2, skipping the boss. But wait, there's more. That's right. If you thought we were done now, no, we're not going to throw in not 1, but we have 2 skips for you here, as we are now going to use the power of the super flight that you have seen to go out of bounds with the power of Saw Blade. So we're going to go into area number 1 here, and we're going to fly our way up to the top section, using as much of the level as we can to contain our speed as we run up into the little hole section here, dodging over the Saw Blade that has not spawned in, which is very nice. There, it's there. And we're going to fly all the way up to the top. We're now going to use our buddy Tails once we get over this section here, and we're going to go into the ceiling. So again, the whole zipping up if you're in an area you're not supposed to be. We're going to get pushed up into the ceiling by this Saw Blade. Instant zip up and in there. We're going to peel out along on this out of bounds area to the left hand side. Huds is going to be counting in his head. He's going to switch over to Tails and then start doing the flight. Going to use the super fly to get up to one area here, and then going to land and then do the second super flight. This one needs to be a super flight here, otherwise you will not make it. Using that super flight to get up to the very top, and now we are going to peel our way out. We're going to run along here, doing a number of jumps as we're navigating our way out of bounds here towards the end of the level, skipping the other 2 teleportation areas and about a 3.5-minute auto-scroller on the Shinobi elevator. So up to the top here, we're going to then do our final peel out here, and then we're going to keep count of the tubes, and then so on here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Switch to Tails and jump down to the bottom side, get a little bit of a flight going on there. You can see that's where the elevator would be. And then we slow down here just because we want to be very careful. We get the jump into the flight down at the end of the stage, and boom! There is Atomic Destroyer 2 complete. Skip and all. Sub 2 minutes is phenomenal. And now we go in to the Triple Trouble namesake, the final stage, the final bosses. There's 3 of them. The spin dash onto the bounce, onto the trampoline here. And phase 1 is done. On to phase 2 now. He's going to come out with his Flamin' Verfer, with where he will verf Flamin'. And we're going to try and make sure we don't get hit there, but we get a hit there. We're going to grab a ring just for safety. Tails getting the extra hit for us. Drops the bomb down, activates the electrical defense up into the spikes, but that's all right. We just want to make sure we come over to the side here. Going to make sure we don't go for that, otherwise we would get stuck by that as well, because it will drop down and also blow up, which we don't want. So we jump over, we get the checkpoint, and now into the final fight here, the Triple Trouble. Try and get the jump there, get over to the other side, get the extra hit. We are now ringless, which is really dangerous here. Huds is trying to get some extra hits, but it's going to be very, very tight at the moment. So we have to be very careful. We do want to try and get enough hits so the boss does not get the final segment attack off, because that's when he activates the lightning. And the lightning is a bit of a pain. That was very tight there. And we should come up towards the end of the run. You should be good. Gets the hit there. Very nice dodge. And being maidenless does not matter, for we get to run to the end and grab the final Chaos Emerald. That's right, this game does not allow you to get supersonic until you've completed it at least once. And we go save our buddy Knuckles. And that's the end of the run.
So yeah, time is going to be coming up on the fade out just after this cutscene. But yeah, that is Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit. That's the Sonic and Tails glitched category. Oh, game was mean to me today. Very mean. But that is... Wait for it. Time!
BtG!
Yay! It's done. We win. Oh, dear. So yeah, thank you very, very much for watching this run. This is an absolutely fantastic game made by, as you can see there on the screen, Noah N. Copeland. It was 5 years in development. It's his first ever fan game, and I have to be honest, it is near perfection. It's at the level that you'd expect Sega themselves to put out. Reimagining that 8-bit game from the Game Gear that so few people have heard of, let alone played, and bringing it up to kind of the modern classic standard. Really, really fun. It is available to download for free, so make sure you do. Couple of thank yous. Firstly, obviously, to Noah for making the game. He's been really engaged with the speedrunning community as well. You know, we've been feeding stuff back to him. He's been making alterations to improve the gameplay as well. So big thank you to him. To everyone who helped root and find the glitch in this game, Rafflemere, to Grimmy Hunter, Matuni, Arg yourself as well, and Arcania. They've all put in a lot of work to make this run in just the few months that this game's been out into this wonderful showcase of what it's capable of. Shout outs to Judas Me as well for making the auto splitter for this game. Couldn't time this accurately without you. Arg, thank you so much for coming along and commentating for me too.
Hi, thank you for having me. It is always a pleasure. The game is great fun. Everybody should definitely play it. Again, just echoing everything you say there. You would never think that this was Noah's first fan game. And I know Noah has said since that he would love to do a game of his own. If he can make his own IP that is just as fun as something like this, heck yeah, I'll buy it in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. Just a final one from me. Firstly, you see up here, this is Ted. This is one of my cats. He's been up there. Keep looking over us throughout this run. If you want to follow more Sonic speedrunning, come drop me a follow over on twitch.tv/HUD601. If you want to watch Chill Loaf Cam with some nice lo-fi music in the background, Head601 is the channel that you want. And Arg, feel free to plug yourself as well.
Oh, not at all. People know where they can find me. Go and follow HUDs, everybody. This was his run. He did a great job. Twitch.tv/HUDS601. And that is it.
Too kind. That is it for us. Nick, I'm going to hand back to you, my friend.
That was an incredible run, and what a fantastic game. You say, you wouldn't tell that it's his first fan game. If you didn't know it was a fan game, you wouldn't be able to tell it was a fan game. It looks amazing. The level transitions are awesome. The music is spot on for a Sonic game, as they always are. That was an absolutely amazing showcase. Thank you both so much for that. It was brilliant. We have got more speed runs for you, folks, so please don't go away. We've still got to come QT and Super Kiwi 64, but before that, and after this short intermission, we have got Little Gator Game being ran by Shovel Claws. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a few minutes.